We are back, my friends. It's 8:27 now on your Sunday morning. And something we love to put a spotlight on here at 9 News is our mental health, mine and yours. Technology obviously can often play a pretty big role in our thoughts and how we feel. So joining us this morning to talk a little bit more about this with a possible solution and a challenge for us all is Maddie Freeman with NoSo November, an organization that presents the challenge of No Social Media November. Maddie, thank you so much for being with us. We appreciate it. Well, if you are watching us on social media right now, we do encourage that. But after Monday, we have this challenge. Maddie, set this up for us. What exactly are you asking of people?
Yeah, so we're asking people to take a 1-month pledge to log off of all social media for the month of November. There's 2 ways to participate. So if you use social media for work or school, you can do the halfway-in option, but we encourage everyone to take 1 month off social media so they can prioritize their mental health and their well-being and their relationships.
So did this start kind of just by you doing this on your own at first and you said, hey, this works for me, I'd like to see who else it can benefit? How did this come about?
Yeah, so I watched The Social Dilemma, a Netflix documentary in 2020, and I was working with my old high school district to implement more mental health resources, and this just kind of popped in my head because I realized that social media really was impacting my mental health and the people around me's mental health. And so I just kind of came up with the idea that I think taking a break would be really important for people and could impact them in a positive way. There's also documented research that time away from social media can genuinely impact your mental health in a positive way. So it's backed by evidence and it's a really cool experience. And me and my friends have participated in it 3 years in a row now, and it's definitely been a great experience.
If you're comfortable sharing with us, how exactly was social media impacting you before you started doing this?
Yeah, I mean, growing up in high school, everyone was very addicted to the platforms, and it was very normal. I was spending 6 or 7 hours a day scrolling on Instagram, and even my parents would alert me and be like, Maddie, it seems like you're spending way too much time on social media. Like, how is that impacting you? And in high school, I didn't really address it that much because that's what everyone was doing.
Right.
But I noticed it was sucking away my time. It became my only coping mechanism, and same with everyone around me. And I think that was very evident by how much our community was struggling with mental health.
Yeah, it's kind of a rabbit hole. You get on there for just a few seconds. The next thing you know, 30 minutes passed by, an hour passed by, your day passed by, and you're often just being fed messages that make you reflect on your own life a little bit more, comparing you to other people. What have you noticed among the people who have tried this challenge? They come back to you and they tell you about the difference it's made in their life. What do you hear?
I've gotten so much incredible feedback, and it really pushes me to keep doing this because it just makes me so happy to hear how it's impacting young people's lives. One girl who participated in 2020 told me that it drastically improved her body dysmorphia and her mental health and her insecurities and her anxiety. A lot of people say it's difficult at first, and then after a few days, they just don't miss it at all. They feel so much better without social media because it's almost like a parasite. It's like it's always on you, it's always there. And once you kind of get rid of that, it just feels so relieving.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, the biggest feedback I think I've gotten is that people's relationships improved and got more authentic, and their mental health improved drastically. So it's awesome.
And I love that you're so realistic about this too, because schools do implement social media now. You kind of have to have that sometimes for your curriculum or jobs. You might need to be in tune to what people are saying online and on certain platforms. For people like that who are like, I absolutely can't just give it up altogether, how do we maybe navigate this challenge and still use it in the appropriate terms that we need?
Right. So my organization not only encourages to log off for a month and just ditch social media, but just to build a healthier relationship with the platform. So a lot of people need to post on Instagram for their business. That's a huge part of business nowadays. So we give them the option to delete all of their other social media accounts and use that platform just for the purpose of using it for business, and try not to scroll and kind of get back into those loopholes. And so, yeah, it's important that everyone can be involved, and people will sometimes use as an excuse, oh, I need to use it for business, so I'm not going to participate. But it's you can still do that and participate in the challenge. So it's important to be flexible and allow different options for people.
So tell us a little bit more before we have to go about NoSo November. How can people engage with y'all? Where can they go to learn more about the challenge and maybe send it to friends and family members? Because this isn't just Colorado specific. You're trying to do this nationwide, worldwide even.
Yeah, we work with schools across the country, so it's really cool to see how many people participating. But if you want to join the challenge, you can go to nosonovember.org NoSoNovember.org and click Join Challenge. And that just sends us your email and we'll add you onto the newsletter. And that's your official pledge to join for the month. So we'd love for anyone to participate because it's life-changing for sure.
And if you do participate, we want to know the results. We want to know if you're feeling a lot better. I think Anusha and I are over here. We're already joining this challenge.
Yeah.
It just sounds amazing. Absolutely. I got an amen over there from the choir. All right, Maddie, thank you so much for being with us. We very much appreciate you, my friend. We'll have to check back in with you come December and let you know how we're feeling.
Yes, thank
we'll have
you
you
so
back
much.
on. All right, perfect, Maddie.
Awesome.
We'll be
Thank
right
you.
back.